I'm Gory B Movie, and I'm trying something a little different today. I've never ever done a stream by myself. This is a whole new thing. I don't have a topic. I don't have a guest. I just thought, hey, I'm going to go live just for fun, because I was just on the Night Watch, which, by the way, if you guys are not watching the Night Watch Zone, that guy is killer. He has this Unsolved Mysteries vibe to him, and I used to love that show. He's just awesome. He's a real chill guy who just loves horror. And I was on his stream with him and Coriander. Coriander loves horror. That was a lot of fun. Definitely check him out if you're not already. Anyway, I have never live streamed by myself before. And a lot of times when I do live stream, I don't get to really talk to the chat that much because I'm talking to whomever is there with me. So today, I just thought I would go live, see who shows up, and we could hang out. We could just hang out and talk about horror. Just you and me and whoever else is here in the gory hole, which is what you guys are in now. It's the chat. So, you know. Let's see who's here. We've got Tony Rosa. That's my buddy, my Cheesy Movie Club buddy. So that's cool. We've got Spooky Primo. I just saw you over in the Night Watch Zone. Like, we just hung out. That's cool. And Bob Hunt. I don't think I know Bob Hunt, but hey, Bob, now we can hang out. And my girl Ariel is here. I love Ariel. Ariel and I, we go way back. Ariel and I love Ariel. And Adam Ward. Yeah, I saw you over on the Night Watch Zone, Adam. Hey, thank you. I am kind of nerdy. I love to get really deep into horror movies, and not just the movies that people usually like to deep dive into. I like to deep dive into some pretty silly movies, you know, B movies, movies that kind of people tend to write off. But to me, they're special, and I feel like every single movie out there that somebody thinks is just a cheesy B movie that wasn't worth, you know, their time, those movies are special. A lot of people worked hard on them, and it's probably somebody's favorite movie. A lot of them are my favorite movies. And I think for me, it's not the B movies. It's not what makes a movie bad for me is when it's soulless. So a movie can do great at the box office, and that's all fine and good. But if I feel like it was made by money people, if it was made by producers, if it was just made to sell tickets and get butts in the seats, that to me just isn't that interesting. But you know, even a movie that has low production values, if a lot of heart went into it and they had a good story to tell, I'll forgive bad effects. I'll forgive bad acting, because I don't know. To me, that just, it resonates a lot more than a lot of those movies that just kind of come and go in the theater, and maybe they looked okay, but you know, they didn't really have a lot of substance to them. Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Hey, Strange Monkey Reviews is here. That's one of my newer friends. He's super rad-tastical. Just made that word up. And he was on the Oscars. So yeah, I really like Strange Monkey Reviews. I really like old school horror host, 'cause that's kind of what I grew up with, and that's what I still watch now. I love The Last Drive-In, so I really kind of gravitate to a lot of channels where they have that old school horror host vibe, and Strange Monkey definitely has that. He's got like a crypt keeper thing going on that I'm really into. Annabelle, oh shit, I just said that wrong. I know I did. I know I said that wrong. You know what? I don't want to butcher your name because I don't want to be a dick. I'm gonna just call you Roman. Hey Roman, how's it going? Thank you. You rock hard. And Kat, nice to see you, Kat. So let's see what's going on in the chat. I threw this together last minute, so I don't have any way of highlighting your comments, but I am gonna talk to you guys and see what you're saying. And you know, I'm gonna pop out this chat. I'm gonna pop it out. Pop it. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. So Adam Ward says, you are absolutely right. I hope to see you do more deep dives and video essays. You have a great mind on horror films and knowledge. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I have a lot planned. I'm not usually very savvy about like trends and stuff. I usually just make videos about what I want or things people ask me to do. Because absolutely, you know, if a movie matters to somebody like Leprechaun that was requested by one of my patrons, then I want to give attention to it, you know, because it's just important to me. But I am going to try to be savvy this year and follow some trends. Firestarter's getting a remake, and I love the original, so I'm going to do one on that. And my birthday's coming up, and I like to do a special one for my birthday because I was born during a year where not only was there a lot of great horror, but there was a lot of movies about birthdays. Like the year I was born, which you can figure that out yourself, there was a lot of horror movies about birthdays, like Happy Birthday to Me. And this year I want to do Bloody Birthday. Have you guys seen Bloody Birthday? That movie is so messed up and I love it. It's these kids who were born on some kind of evil moon. So they just go nuts and start killing people, but like with guns and stuff. It's got like the kid who was in Cujo, not the main kid. The kid who owns Cujo is in it. But that movie's pretty fun. I think I'm going to do that for my birthday this year. That's my plan. And Ben Grimm is here. You know, I shouldn't have gone live on a day when I can't speak, but Ben is another person I go way back with, so I'm glad that we're hanging out here. Ben has got terrific taste in movies. Like, a lot of the cheesy movies I love, Ben loves. And I think that's awesome. Hey, Beth is here. Another good friend of mine. So, Beth also has a channel. If you go click on her link to Miss 80s, she is the vinyl queen. She's got vinyl soundtracks to not only just like a lot of great horror movies, but she's got vinyl soundtracks to just a lot of great 80s movies, which are pretty awesome to rock out to. And, Zachary Haith, I did a watch along to Bloody Birthday. You know, I probably did. I don't remember, but I probably did. Hey, I do know you from Crypticon Robin. Hey. And Jamie Hart is here. I think I just saw Jamie over on the Night Watch. So yeah, guys, we're just hanging out. We're hanging out with no plan whatsoever. We're hanging out and we're talking about horror movies. I have a couple plans, possible plans, if we can't come up with any topics. I thought, you know, there's some things we could talk about, but I think we can wing it. I believe we can wing it. Thanks, Beth. I adore Beth. So Adam says Firestarter's a great double feature with Scanners. That is a good one. What are you guys thinking about the Firestarter trailer? Like the new remake. So the new remake he's got Zac Efron in it, which, like, that's cool. I'm all about that hot dad life. And then the girl who's in it was the girl with the birthmark in It Chapter 2. So I think the cast is good. Now, something I'm excited about with this one is they actually cast somebody who is an American Indian to play Rainbird, which I love. George C. Scott. Who doesn't love George C. Scott? I mean, he's a legend, but you know, I don't know if he really comes off very American Indian to me. So I think it will be cool to see that character portrayed as it was written. I think that when you're adapting a book, that's kind of an important thing there. So I'm excited about that. The only problem with the trailer, I thought the trailer, it had a couple moments where I was like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It had a lot of like kind of superhero angles to it, and I hadn't ever really thought of Firestarter as a superhero story, but I guess it kind of is. And I feel like they're kind of tying into that because superhero movies are so popular right now. But I do love the original, and that's not going to go away. I love me some Drew Barrymore, so I think if nothing else, I definitely want to do a deep dive into that original movie. Friday the 13th is coming, Gory, says Ariel, and the only way to celebrate is watching Fear Street 1, 2, and 3, and 19th on Netflix. I've seen all of those, and they're all great. They're all very good. And tonight we're drinking a little LaCroix, because it's Wednesday, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I gotta work tomorrow. John Carpenter's doing the score. Oh, I love Tangerine Dream. That's nice. So that's cool. And then, did you guys know that there's going to be a Salem's Lot remake? Anybody hear about that? I did a video on upcoming movies, and I had all the details in there. I don't know a whole lot about the upcoming Salem's Lot remake, but I thought about, we could do all the gory details maybe on Tobe Hooper's original, because that movie is really good. But it's kind of cool that Salem's Lot is getting the theatrical, big screen treatment that I think it deserves. It's time. It got it. Now I think, I'm going to just play with my hair here. I think Salem's Lot is ready for it. Alrighty. So, let's see. What can we talk about? Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Adam says he grew up with the OG Firestarter and has a huge Stephen King collection. I grew up with that movie too, and I don't know, from your perspective, we had different childhoods. But one of the things I used to like to do was to get like the hair dryer and blow my hair back and pretend that I was Charlie McGee. Like I totally loved that movie. I think being that I was a little girl when I saw it, it was a movie that I was able to relate to, and I really enjoyed it. And I like that we're having kind of a Stephen King renaissance. So I'm all about that. What are some Stephen King books that you guys like that you would like to see adapted that haven't been? Also, do we have another echo? I feel like it sounds echoey. What the hell's going on with the microphone? Oh, hey, there's my phone. What's going on here? Nothing exciting. Absolutely nothing. But, we're live, so crazy stuff's going to happen. One I would like to see that has not been adapted, and I haven't even ever heard, like, rumblings of it being adapted. But one I would like to see is, and I feel like that sounds echoey again. One I would like to see is Rose Matter. Have you guys read Rose Matter? So Rose Matter was really good. It was about this woman who's in an abusive marriage, and she finally gets away, and then it gets into, I don't want to get into like too many spoilers about it, because I think you should read it, and it's a really good read. But it gets into some like really cool like mythological like things, and like there's a minotaur. It's pretty cool. Hey Sandy Absolute, we're just hanging out. We're hanging out, talking. The Long Walk is another one that I think is really good. I think especially with a lot of those kind of, like Squid Game and stuff, like those kind of things. Like The Long Walk, I'm surprised nobody has jumped on adapting that yet. Sorry, there's an issue with my microphone falling over. My volume just lowered. I lowered it because I lowered my volume because I was worried that I was echoing. I feel like I'm echoing. But if you guys say I'm not echoing, then that's all good. It's all gravy. We're just going to drink some LaCroix. We're going to talk about some horror movies. So Adam doesn't want them to touch Carrie again. A Christine miniseries. Are they working on a Christine miniseries? They are going to be making that It prequel series. I just heard about that HBO Max is going to do an It prequel series. So I think that's cool. The Dead Zone. The Dead Zone was good too. Yeah, Carrie, I feel like they've done Carrie a lot, though. Unpopular opinion, I really like the Rage Carrie too. Does anybody else here have love for that movie? I think that movie is a lot of fun. It's obviously not as good as the original Carrie. That's a masterpiece, but their age Carrie too. It just does not get enough love for just being a fun horror movie. The TV one was okay, and I'm kind of disappointed with the newer one we got, because I think the acting was top notch, but Chloe Grace, I just don't know if she was the right casting choice, because she doesn't strike me as somebody who is like that awkward misfit girl. Like she just looks like she'd be, you know, the most popular girl in school. But I mean, she did as good of a job as you could with the performance, and then there's some kind of awkward CGI stuff there at the end, but it wasn't terrible. Graveyard Shift and Thinner. Yeah, Jamie gets it. Jamie gets it. She likes Carrie too as well. It's my kind of people. So, okay, being that I like B movies, I like a lot of movies that people don't like. I love Sleepwalkers. I think Sleepwalkers is a gem. It's a gem with great mythology and really interesting characters. I love it. I love Maximum Overdrive. So, if you're like me and you actually have respect and love for B movies, what by your standards is a miss? I don't want to say bad, because every movie's good to somebody, but what by your standards is a Stephen King movie miss? Maximum Overdrive, according to Ariel, is going to be a miniseries on Paramount. No way that Sebastian Stan is going to do it. I don't know. He's been doing a lot of stuff lately. He's all over the place. Yeah, Adam's a 90s kid. See, Adam gets it. You guys get it. You guys get it. I love the Lawnmower Man as well. See? I love the I actually put a clip of Lawnmower Man in my Leprechaun video. Why? Just because I like the Lawnmower Man, and any excuse to do that is good. I would say, okay, actual misses. Actual misses. I think The Mangler was kind of a miss. Even though I had Robert Englund in it, even though, you know, it had a solid director and everything, that one, I don't know, that one was kind of a miss for me. But I do tend, you know, I even liked The Langoliers. That one was pretty good. Alright, so are you guys over talking about 2021 horror? Because I had meant to do a best and worst of for the year. Oh, I liked Dreamcatcher because it had like weird toilet horror on it, and I don't know. I like Bad Milo. I don't know. I'm scared of things coming to get me out of the toilet, like ghoulies. I'm always scared that a ghoulie is gonna grab me by the bum. I do like Silver Bullet. You know, Beth, I have not seen Rose Red. I remember when it came out. I remember the miniseries, but I never did see it. Adam, it's been awesome talking to you too. Yeah, come on back. I'm not going anywhere. We're just talking about random stuff with you guys. So, and I watch a lot of streams too. And sometimes when you watch streams, the people streaming don't have time to talk to you. So this is just me talking to you guys. So, yeah, that's all it's going to be, is just hanging out about horror, talking about horror. You know, I actually, Robin, I never did see the Stand remake miniseries. I love the original. The Stand is one of it's one of my favorite books. And, I loved the original miniseries. I used to have the biggest crush on Nick, which I don't know what that says about me, that I had a big old crush on some guy who, was deaf and mute. You know, that says a lot about my taste in men. But I had the biggest crush on Rob Lowe in that movie. And I used to watch it a lot. So I don't know. I heard that the new one, they messed with the timeline and stuff, and I just wasn't that interested in it. And this microphone is falling over. Did I read The Institute? No, I haven't read The Institute. Yeah, in horror movies, there's lots of scary things that happen in the toilet. I'm always afraid of those videos on YouTube where people find like spiders in there, and I have pet spiders, but I don't need spiders crawling around on my bum. Nobody needs that. Let's see, we've been streaming for like less than 20 minutes, and we've already started talking about bathroom humor. Anyway, are you guys over talking about 2021 horror? Because I was going to do a video, and then I never did. But maybe we could talk about... Oh, he is yummy. Maybe we could talk about some of the really good movies in 2021 that you guys might have missed, or that I might have missed, that you saw. That's even more exciting. Because I watch a lot of movies, but, you know, I miss a lot. I miss a lot of them. So, here's what I want to talk about. Did you guys see the Slumber Party Massacre remake? So every so often, you come across a remake where it's actually remade for the right reasons, where the original Slumber Party Massacre is a really good movie, but it was made to be kind of like a satire, like Scream. Ah, there. It was made to be kind of a satire like Scream, but the people involved with it just, with the producers and everything, it didn't quite come together, I think, the way they wanted it to. Like, all the humor and stuff is there, and if, you're a fan of the movie, obviously you appreciate it, but it could have done so much more. But at the time, like, the horror comedy, and especially the meta horror comedy, wasn't really a thing. And then the new one, the one that came out this last year, Slumber Party Massacre, they completely nailed it. Like, the humor in that is so good. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's a bunch of girls who go out to this, like, cabin where one of the girls, her mom had been attacked when she was younger. And they go out there, and, obviously the driller killer shows up. But they play on so many things with, like gender roles in horror movies. Like, there's a group of guys there, and they want nothing to do with the girls because they think the girls are crazy and they might kill them, which I thought was really cool. I really like that they have a shower scene where this guy's, like, taking a shower, and it's all in slow motion and stuff. Just because, if you're a guy, like, this is what it's like for us, which isn't bad. I like seeing ladies in the shower too, but it's nice to mix it up. Some equal opportunity nudity, I think, is always good. So it was really funny. Had some pretty good kills in it. Had some awkward CGI, but beyond that, it was really good. The cast was solid, and it had some good twists in it too. Jamie, I have not seen X. I really want to. I have not been able to get to the cinema, but I do really want to see it. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and it sounds exactly like my kind of movie, so I absolutely want to see it. Zack Snyder is directing a Langoliers reboot. Why why is everyone hating on Zack Snyder in the chat? I love Zack Snyder. He did the Dawn of the Dead remake, and it was really good. I thought people were back on board with Zack Snyder. I don't know. I'd watch it. Yeah, Malignant was my favorite of last year too, Ariel. That movie was good. That movie, have you guys seen Basket Case? Malignant is kind of like a more high energy version of Basket Case. It's kind of like a giallo version almost of Basket Case. So, I really like that. Yes! Yes, Ben! They had the guitar from Summer Party Massacre 2, which is just so much fun. They had that in the movie. They had so many little Easter eggs, like the girls' pajamas match the original movie. Lots of things like that I thought were really cool. Sandy says, I don't really care for horror comedies. I want a movie that makes me scared to go to the bathroom or the basement. I want to be scared, and I haven't had a movie do that in a long time. That's a really good a good thing that you brought up, because I remember as a kid, I would get so scared. My brothers would tease me because I'd always have this pillow. Like, I really enjoyed being scared, but I'd have that pillow there to cover my face, or I would hide behind the couch. Like, I remember for the longest time, if you guys remember Twilight's in the movie, he'd be like, you want to see something really scary? And I didn't actually get to see what it was for forever because I would cover my face. Like, there is something really fun about just being really, really scared. And it doesn't happen for me very often. A lot of times it's like supernatural type stuff. I remember, probably movies that don't scare a lot of you guys. But, Paranormal Activity scared me. And I also had stairs just like in that house, in my apartment at the time. So I think that kind of added to it. The Ring scared me. But I think the most scared I've ever been of a movie ever is Pet Sematary. Zelda in that, the whole Rachel, and I don't know. Zelda freaks me the crap out. Zelda still scares me, but yeah. What are some movies that actually genuinely terrified you guys? I like the Dawn of the Dead remake, but James Gunn is fantastic. I have not watched Runner on Shudder, Beth. Is it a short? Because I tend to watch a lot of the shorts. I'll check that out tonight. Cat says, Caustic Cat says, Basket Case was fantastic. I got kind of iffy when they had a bit less horror along the line, but might be one of my fave trilogies regardless. Yeah, especially with Basket Case 2, it kind of takes a more of a comedy turn, and definitely Basket Case 3 when Belial's got all these babies and stuff, but I do really enjoy that trilogy, and it's a trilogy that you can watch from beginning to end. So, like, you can sit down and have a movie marathon, and it's really fun. Ariel, I don't think everybody thinks Malignant's bullshit, and I think Malignant was really good, and Malignant won Best Movie of the Year at the Oscars. So, horror people like Malignant. Jamie says that X was outstanding, and she just posted a cover of Landslide inspired by X. Oh, that's cool. So Jamie has a channel. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Zelda is my nightmares, dude. Zelda's scary. Let's see. So what else did I watch last year? You know, another movie, I mentioned this during the Oscars, but Little Vampire. If you guys like a lot of the 80s animated films where they had, like, you know, real hand-drawn animation and really good stories, and they were enjoyable enough for adults, but they definitely had the, you know, fun that, you know, kids would want from it. Little Vampire was really good. I can't pronounce it. Ben mentioned one that gave him the creeps. Found footage. I'll have to check that out. Ariel was afraid to go to the bathroom because of the scary toilet, and look who's talking. I can 100% see that. That is actually really scary. The Wizard of Oz. My mom says that when I was a kid, I was afraid of the Wizard of Oz, but probably just because of, you know, all the unnecessary violence against witches, and, you know, now I don't take showers for that reason. Oh, hey, Sean, how are you doing? I'm just doing a random stream, hanging out with you guys. We're just checking and talking about horror. Fire in the Sky, Ben, that's a really good one, because Fire in the Sky, I mean, part of it's because it's based on a real story, which I should do that on Real versus Real and actually look into see how much of it is actually real. But it, on top of being based on a real story, it feels real. Like, everything about that movie feels so immediate, and yeah, it really does get under your skin. The Tingler, Cat, that part in The Tingler where that woman dies and it gets, like, kind of in color for a little bit. Yeah, that part's really scary. Yeah, Candyman's another one, Ben, especially the ending. Yeah, Fire in the Sky. Hey, Horizon, how you doing, Drake? We're just having a horror hangout here. So I'm going to talk about maybe if some more you guys might have missed. Did you guys see, is it The Feast or Feast? Did you guys see The Feast? So The Feast came out last year. I think it's a Welsh film. And I really had no idea what this movie was about going into it. It's like these rich people in the middle of nowhere are going to have a dinner party. And then this girl is supposed to work at the party. She's supposed to, like, serve people or whatever. And I kind of thought that this was going to go in a direction where the dinner party was like they're going to end up killing their guests. It's completely not that. It's completely something else. And I don't want to tell you what it is because it will spoil it. But it's not what I thought it was going to be. The Feast was really good. Let's see. The Horror Den showed up. Hey, how's it going? Let's see. Sandy says Zelda was horrific. The Exorcist was the scariest for me, though. Oh my goodness. So Sandy, when I was a kid, there was like 4 movies I was forbidden to watch, which is a lot from my household because my parents watched horror movies all the time. So I saw a lot of horror movies. So the fact that there was a list of movies I was not allowed to watch was really intriguing to me. I was not allowed to see Dawn of the Dead, The Exorcist, The Evil Dead. Actually, maybe it was just 3. Those are the 3 I remember. But The Exorcist, friends had it at their house, and we started to watch it. And I think it was more being afraid of what was going to come. But the moment she starts getting that, like, lump in her throat, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Let's turn it off. But I remember even just pictures of Reagan, like, her face, Like, my mom would have those movie catalogs where you could order VHS tapes. Like, just her face used to just give me nightmares. She scared the hell out of me. But again, I think it's also part, like, you know, when you're a little girl, like, you pay more attention to movies that have little girls in it. And so, yeah, just the whole idea of that movie was really scary. Robin, you should check out The Feast. It's really good. I was more scared of Matthew Lillard dancing in He's All That, Jamie. Fresh. I've heard Fresh is really good. I've heard it's really gross, too, which, I don't know, I'm interested. And Sean wasn't allowed to see Rosemary's Baby. Okay, here's one I wasn't allowed to see, and it ended up being bullshit. I mean, okay, a couple of those other ones ended up being bullshit. Like, okay, I'll tell you about the other two. So, Dawn of the Dead. My dad had this guy he worked with, like a really young guy, but he was super cool because he was punk. And I grew up in England, and I remember my dad worked at a pub with this guy who was like total like cool punk guy. And the first time we met him, he was just sleeping on the floor in our living room. Anyway, he used to babysit us all the time. This guy was super cool. He would, like, you know, show me cool comics and stuff. Anyway, they were babysitting us, him and his girlfriend, and he was like, you're old enough. You can watch Dawn of the Dead. I'm like 7, you know. So my brothers were not allowed to because, you know, they're babies. But I got to watch Dawn of the Dead, this forbidden movie, with our really cool punk rock babysitter. And I got like 5 minutes in, and somebody, I remember there's just a really graphic kill, and I didn't want to look uncool, so I was like, I better go check on my brothers. I better go see how they're doing. But yeah, I totally wussed out. But I do remember when we finally did see The Evil Dead. I think that was when I finally got rid of like hiding behind the pillow, because it was just so funny. Like, I just didn't understand why it was kind of part of this forbidden list. But I guess that movie did scare the shit out of my dad. Oh, Good Burger. That is pretty scary. But yeah, so the other movie that my parents told me was too scary for me to watch. And this is going to sound really stupid to you guys, but I remember my friends had this movie, The Sound of Music, which I'm sure you guys know what The Sound of Music is. And, like, even now, when I see, like, pictures of her, like, on top of the hill with her arms stretched out, I get kind of freaked out. Because my mother told me that, like, that's, like, the scariest movie ever. You don't want to watch it. My mom just doesn't like that movie. But she told me it was this horrific horror movie. So yeah, it gets kind of like imprinted in your brain. So every time I see that movie poster, I just get kind of like a little chill about it. Sandy wants to know, were there a lot of horror movies made in England with English actors when you were a kid? My mom is English, and, you know, we lived in different parts of England, but my dad is American. We also lived on an Air Force base, so, but even then, I would say that a lot of what you see in England, you see a lot of American things. So we watched a lot of American movies. Most of the British stuff you watch is like British television, but, British, I wish I could remember the name of it. I remember we had this show. It's kind of like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, it was kind of for kids, but it was a British show on television. It was for kids, but it scared the shit out of me, and I've tried to find this. I don't know what it was called, but there was this one episode, and it scared me because I had this creepy-ass wardrobe in my room. This creepy old wardrobe that one time I got like locked in it when we were playing hide and seek. And it had this big mirror on it, and I would convince myself that my reflection was doing stuff that I wasn't doing. So it freaked me out. Well, a big part of the reason for that is there was this show. It was like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? And in it, that's what was happening to this kid. He would look over while he was doing his homework, and then his reflection would be like looking back at him or doing something that he wasn't doing. And finally, he goes up to the mirror and he like touches it, and then the reflection, the doppelganger, comes through the mirror, locks the kid inside where he's helpless, and then I can't remember exactly what happened, but basically he went and terrorized the kid's family, and the kid was helpless to do anything about it because he was locked in the mirror. If you guys are familiar with any British television show like that, and you can tell me what it's called, that would be amazing, because I've tried to find it, but I can't. But that did scare the hell out of me. All right, let's catch up with what you guys are saying in the chat. Fred's Horror Corner, hello. He says, my parents were not into horror at all. We rarely had horror in our house. Once Leprechaun 2 was on TV and it freaked the hell out of me. I think everyone goes through a stage when you get into horror. You know, for me it was very young because that's when I was introduced to horror. But when you first get into it, I think you are a little more scared of things, and then you kind of you see more things, and I guess you could just get more desensitized to it. But another one that scared me was Carrie. You guys know the part at the end when her hand reaches up and grabs Sue. I used to think for forever when I went to bed that right in front of my bed that Carrie was gonna reach up and grab my foot and be like, "No, you're not going to bed. You're gonna, I don't know, be killed by Carrie." I don't know where this went because I was like 7. But I was afraid that Carrie's hand was going to reach up and grab me, even though my bedroom was on the second floor of the house. So I guess she'd have to be jumping up and down on the couch downstairs to get to me. So I used to do that whole Cujo thing. You know what Tad does in Cujo where he runs and he like makes a dive for the bed? Yeah, I used to do that so that Carrie wouldn't get me. Even though I like Carrie. I think Carrie's alright. I would have hung out with her. But, you know, kids. Robin says he knows I'm a practicing witch. Have you seen Cherry Tree? I actually really liked Cherry Tree. That one was so unsung. That was a really good one. It came out a few years ago. That was a good one. Strange Monkey says, I just finished recording a Bride of Reanimator voiceover review. I've been trying to do this for a long time. That's awesome. I'll check that out. I like the movies you're picking, Ariel. She's also rated Junior. Junior was scary. Glamour Ghoul. Yay, one of my buddies. She says, my mom told me one of the scariest movies ever was Black Christmas and I should never watch it. Then she proceeded to tell me the entire plot. I was so scared someone was living in our attic. That's the scariest part about Black Christmas is they never catch them. And like, you know, especially when you hear like those kind of stories, you know, and there are true stories. So I guess it's not even safe to say urban legend, but stories where people find out that there's somebody living in their house, like in their attic or in their, you know, underneath their home. So yeah, that's really creepy. I love Black Christmas though. It's so good. Also, Glamour Goal, I've been meaning to ask you a question. You said you did a dissertation that included the creepy channel crawl. I need to hear about that because I've been thinking about that. I was like, that's so cool. I want to hear more about that. The Langoliers, I think, like, yeah, Fred, the concept of the Langoliers, like this idea that there's this thing that can like swallow time and you could be lost. Like, I think the concept is really scary. The movie I really liked. I thought the movie was really cool. It had good characters. It had Al from Quantum Leap in it. Really liked that. I think a lot of you guys have probably seen Jacob's Wife. I'm trying to find some that maybe are a little more obscure. Okay, have you guys seen My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To? So that was a really good one. It was kind of an unconventional vampire story, almost like a vampire story that wasn't really even about vampires. But this adult brother and sister, they go out and they kidnap and kill people, or they bring them home for their younger brother who is a vampire to feed on, and he's not allowed outside, and he wants to go to school and have a normal life, but he is a vampire. And so it's really more about this like twisted family dynamic and like people trying to survive a family member who is essentially dying. I guess the filmmaker said it was kind of like based on his experience with having a relative in hospice. But it's really intense and really dramatic, but it is really good, and it's got some pretty intense moments in it. I'm catching up with what you guys are saying. Yeah, Stranger Monkey, I have looked for that show so much because I would love to find it because it scared me so much. I'd love to see if it would still scare me, but I've looked so much. It was a British TV show, and I have not been able to track it down. That's true, Robin. Black Christmas is awesome. The Horror Zone says, hey, Gory, I'm finally getting to meet Robert Englund in a few... Oh, dude! That's so cool. I'm so jealous. You're mentioning some really good movies, Ariel. I'm loving it. Yes, I love Caroline. I have met Caroline Williams. I love her. Leprechaun 3. I love Leprechaun 1. I think I love 1. I think 3 might be the most fun, and I think Returns is the most underrated because I think a lot of people didn't give it a chance because Warwick's not in it, but it's really good. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of going through these movies. I saw, okay, The Trip. The Trip was on Netflix, so a lot of you might have seen it. I can't remember what country that one's from. It is, it's got Naomi I can't pronounce her last name, but, the girl who was in the Dragon Tattoo movies. Anyway, it's about a married couple. Their marriage is falling apart, and they go out into a cabin for a romantic getaway, but secretly they are both planning to kill the other one. Like, the husband wants to kill the wife wants to kill the husband, and then shit gets really crazy because there are these guys who escape from prison and they happen to show up in this place. So I don't want to tell you what happens, but it's got comedy and a lot of unexpected twists. Have I seen Superhost, Fred? Yes, I did. I thought the girl in that, she was really good. She was really intense. It was also nice to see Barbara Crampton in that. I love seeing Barbara Crampton in anything. Also, I've met Barbara Crampton. I've met a lot of people, but she is one of the ones that I was really nervous about because she's like a hero of mine. And so I put it off and I put it off and I put it off because it was at a convention. And at the absolute last minute, I finally went to go meet her. And she was packing up, so I almost missed my opportunity, but I decided to take a chance. I was just like, hey, I really wanted to meet you. And she was super sweet. She was like, yeah. You know, she took a picture with me, and, you know, I bought an autograph from her, but she was really nice, really sweet. Glamour Ghoul says, my third chapter is all about women contributing to horror production. I discuss horror creators on YouTube. I think you are doing really important things. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. You're so nice. You guys are all so nice. Let's see. Do you guys want to hear about more movies that maybe you haven't seen? I don't know if that part of this conversation is interesting, or we can just bullshit. I mean, that's fine too. Oh, you know what I want to tell you guys about, though? I do want to tell you about one. Did you guys see A Ghost Waits? Okay. So I really liked this movie. It's super indie. I mean, it's super low budget, so hopefully that won't turn you away. But this guy, like, he kind of feels like he doesn't have much of a purpose. His only purpose is he has this job where he has to fix up houses that they're getting ready to sell. And so he tries to do a good job. And so he goes to fix up this house. Well, it's haunted. And it's not just haunted. Like, there's an agency. It's very Beetlejuice. So in this universe, they will hire a ghost to haunt a specific house, and it's their job to make sure that the people leave. And the woman who's haunting this house is really, really good at her job. So initially she does scare the guy out of the house, but then he's like, well, screw it. I've got a job to do. I'm not going to go away. So he goes back, and she's super annoyed, and she's trying to figure out how to get rid of him. Well, naturally they end up enjoying each other's company, and there's kind of a love story, but there's complications because, you know, she can get fired. So they send more, like, ghost to scare him, and it's got some pretty heartfelt moments in it. It's got some really good comedic moments in it, and some of the ghost makeup is pretty scary, but that's A Ghost Waits. I highly recommend that one. This is Fred from Twitter. I made sure to retweet this. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Fred. I don't know if I've seen, I'm gonna see if, I don't know, I'm gonna go take, here, let's go to Fred's channel. What's going on Fred's channel? I'm not subscribed to Fred's channel. Fred ranked all the Leprechaun movies. What's going on Fred's channel? All right, let's see what's going on. Fred ranked all the Leprechaun movies. Looks like he talked about The Pit. Okay, just running to the subscribe button. This is all the things I love right here. What's going on Fred's Twitter? I follow Fred on Twitter. That's cool. All right, good. I did something right. Well, you know, Fred, I apologize that I was not already subscribed to your channel. But now that I see that you have all these awesome B movies on there that you're talking about, I am now subscribed. So I was late to the party, but hopefully I'm still invited. Robin, yes, Leprechaun 2 does have Clint Howard. I think, you know how people play that 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon? I think you could play that with Clint Howard. You could 100% play that with Clint Howard. He is in so much stuff. You made me a very Beetlejuice. Awesome. Yeah, I love Beetlejuice. It's very Beetlejuice. I actually Amy, I think you would really like it. Alrighty. Fan films. My favorite fan film of last year was Jason Rising. That one was really good, and it's on YouTube. And then of this year, we've got that new Scream one that was really good. So you guys can check those out on YouTube. Did you guys see The Sound of Violence? Robin is getting his first BAM horror in a couple of days. That's really cool. Danny and I opened those up over on Horror Addicts, and they actually have like really cool stuff in them. I did see Extraordinary. That was really good. It had like Will Forte in it and a small role, but yeah, I think 100%. If you like Extraordinary, A Ghost Waits is kind of along those lines. It's a little more of a love story, but yeah, it's just like kind of quirky and sweet, and you can tell that there's like genuine heart to it, which I really liked. Scream Legacy was so good. Hey, Kevin! This is fun. You know, I was a little nervous about going live without a plan and without any guests, but I don't know. I'm having fun hanging out with you guys. Like, it's nice to actually just focus on the chat and hear what you guys are saying and have an actual conversation with you, because you guys, I mean, you know, a lot of you have your own channels, which is awesome. And even if you don't have a channel and you're somebody who, you know, watches streams and comments on videos, like, you're part of the horror community too. And it's nice to just get to hang out with you. So this is special. I'm enjoying this. Hopefully you're enjoying this. So another movie, The Sound of Violence. Hey, Wolfgang Music and Video. What's going on? Oh, I think I know that one. Let me double check. I think I do know Wolfgang Music and Video. Yeah. I watched the Wayne's World video. Yeah. All right, good. Just making sure. I can't always remember. I'm bad at remembering names, but as soon as I click on the channel, I was like, yeah, I've been here before. We go way back. Let's see. So Sound of Violence, that's what I was talking about. That one has the gal who played Mindy in Scream in it. Let me double check and see what her name is. Jasmine Savoy Brown. So she's the lead character in this. And she, when she's young, she's got some hearing loss, and she's finally able to hear when she murders her dad. And so she gets this experience when she kills people, where she experiences like this sense that, like, beyond like our normal senses. And so when she becomes an adult, she starts mixing music that has like violence in it. And so she starts by hiring people to like slap each other and stuff, but it's not enough. So eventually she starts killing people, recording the sounds and using it for her mix. And it gets really bizarre and really intense. And it's just like some kind of giallo type nightmare. Anyway, The Sound of Violence. That was a trip. You should check that out. Yeah, the title is so good. Are you guys hearing an echo? I swear I'm hearing an echo. And Wolfgang, you're in Oregon, so like that's nearby. That's cool. I'm in Washington. I remind you of your friend Jessica. I will have to check. I don't think I saw Jessica in the Wayne's World one. I do try to watch a lot of stuff. Wayne's World is, outside of horror, my favorite movies are probably Wayne's World and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I quote Wayne's World every day. So I like, as soon as I saw that video of yours, I watched it. It was really good. And if I don't comment in your videos, it doesn't mean I don't watch them. I watch a lot of stuff on my TV, like before I go to bed. So I watch a lot more than I comment on. But I know, being a YouTuber, that, you know, if you don't see the comments, you don't know. So I do try. But yeah, sometimes I'm a bad YouTube friend. So good, so good. All right. Do you guys want to hear some more movies you missed? I don't know. Hopefully this is entertaining for you. Dun, 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 dun. I saw Vicious Fun. Did you guys see Vicious Fun? That one... Yeah! Vicious Fun is about a guy who ends up passed out in a bar, and when he wakes up, they're doing a sort of like an AA meeting. Only it's an AA meeting for serial killers, for like not even serial killers, like slashers. So there's a guy there who's like kind of like Jason, and there's like you know, they're kind of obviously homages to different slasher villains. But yeah, he has to kind of pretend that he's a slasher so they don't kill him, and it was really good. Vicious Fun is also on Shudder, but yeah, it's a really cool concept. It actually had some really good choreography and stuff in it, like good stunts. But yeah, and it's I think it's set in the 80s. It's got kind of a retro vibe to it, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, the jukebox scene, Fred. Fred knows what's up. Did you guys see Cyst? So if you guys like I like creature features. I like creature features a lot, and Cyst was one about. It's got the guy from Troll 2 in it who plays the dad. He is a doctor in this this clinic, you know, for people. It's a skin clinic, like a dermatologist clinic. And I can't remember what his machine is supposed to do. I mean, it's not that important. But this woman, it's her last day working there before she retires, so you know some crazy shit's gonna happen. So yeah, the dad from Troll 2, he gets this machine, and then he ends up, like, I think it's supposed to get rid of cysts, but it makes the opposite effect. It makes a giant cyst monster, which is kind of cute, even though it's all full of pus. But I just love puppets, and I love creature features. And this movie is gross. Like, there's so much squeezing cysts and goo and stuff coming out. But it was gross in a fun way. So if that sounds like your bag, check that one out. Cyst. It's C-Y-S-T. Yeah, I love creature features. Creature features are fun. Like, you can just kick back and relax with the creature feature, and you know, I think they're a good time. They don't get enough credit for being awesome. An Unquiet Grave was also on Shudder. I don't know if a lot of you guys saw that one. It's really slow, I will say that, and it's really low budget, but it's kind of an interesting concept. Like, this woman who has a twin sister. Her sister died in some kind of an accident, and then her brother-in-law, her sister's husband, wants to do some kind of ritual to bring her back, but he doesn't tell her the twist, which it's not a twist, it's the premise of the movie, so I'm not spoiling it for you. But he brings her back in the living sister's body, which is like just a horrific concept. It's really slow paced, but it's such a cool story that I recommend it. Yeah, Alligator from 1980. Dude, Fred, everything awesome's happening at your house right now. I wish I was watching Alligator today. I went to work today, but I would have rather watched Alligator. That's awesome. The monster from Cyst is super gross, but kind of cute. Pretty much any kind of puppet, though, I think is kind of cute. I think the ghoulies are cute, and I'm terrified that a ghoulie's gonna grab me by the tuchus. But you know, I still think they're cute. Just don't want them grabbing my butt. Yeah, like, I'm kind of like all about any kind of puppety creature. I'm a little pickier when it comes to CGI creatures. Like, another recent puppet creature I liked was Milo from Bad Milo, which I saw Craven Something Scary. They were watching that tonight, but I went to tune in and they'd already started the movie, so that's part of why we're just hanging out here. Cyst is pretty crazy. Exorcism at 60,000 feet. I've heard that was really funny. I actually do have that, but I haven't watched it. It's one that I rented, and you know, when you watch it, then it goes away, but I haven't watched it. Did you guys see Chompy and the Girls? Okay, so this is another, I don't know if we can call it a creature feature. It's weird. I guess sci-fi horror, maybe? So, Chompy and the Girls. This bloke is walking down the street, and then he sees this other bloke walking towards him. And then the guy, his jaw elongates super, super big, and he eats this little girl, like, whole. So, like, if that's not enough to sell you on Chompy and the Girls, I don't know what is. But you end up finding that there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Essentially, there's, like, these evil aliens that kind of look like little girls, and Chompy's actually a good guy, and he's putting them into some kind of universe, like Kirby, like the Nintendo character, inside his body. And then there's also, like, a whole, like, a strange father-daughter storyline, which sounds like a lot. It does sound like a lot, and it is kind of a lot, but it's really original, and it was a lot of fun. Jason Douglas from The Walking Dead was in Cyst. Well, that's cool. Wolfgang wants to know what my zodiac sign is. My zodiac sign is Taurus, but I think I'm on the cusp of Gemini. It's May 17th. So yeah, I think I'm Taurus on the cusp of Gemini, but like not super on the cusp, like a few days away from the cusp. Anyway, I don't know if that helps you. Dun 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 dun. Smart weaving Robin was great in Mayhem. Very good, very good. All right. I think I've mentioned a lot of the ones from last year that maybe you haven't seen. Was there any that you guys saw that maybe I haven't seen? My cat is scratching on the door. Ooh, Fred. Hey, we're May buddies. Sweet. Robin, when I know Robin from Crypticon. I know a few. What does my shirt say? My shirt says, sorry, my microphone's in the way. My shirt says Vampira. Whee! I need a Suspiria shirt though. Yeah, my microphone is all kinds of crazy today. Ooh, maybe we can prop it up here. I need to tighten the screws up on this microphone stand is what I need to do. But I think it's working. I think it's working out. Dun, 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 dun. Totally lost what I was gonna say next. Yeah, I think I'm done talking about 2021 horror. Unless there's something you guys want to talk about. The Stylist was good though. That was a good movie. I like a lot of interesting villains where you kind of sympathize with them even though you wouldn't want to like be caught in the same room as them. Stylist definitely has like this woman is crazy, she scalps people, but you feel sympathy for her. It's really good. Have I seen Clown House? I haven't. Isn't Clown House the really controversial one? Hey, Adam's back. What's up? So Adam, I was asking you guys if there was any movies you saw last year that maybe I missed. I don't know. I watch a lot of movies, but yeah, I think my favorite movie of last year though was probably PG Gorman. Like I watched that movie so much. Fred watched Extra. You know, I still haven't seen Extra, but I probably would like it. Sean wants to know, what would you consider the most scariest made-for-TV movie? I'm gonna say Salem's Lot. Like Barlow in that is, I think Barlow might be one of the scariest vampires ever. Barlow's up there with like Nosferatu. I mean, Barlow looks like Nosferatu, but yeah, definitely made-for-TV movies, and then obviously, well, not obviously, but to me, the It miniseries, that one was pretty scary. There's probably some other ones. I have seen Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. It's a little witchist, not gonna lie, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Adam, yeah, I don't know about Clown House. Like, a lot of times I'm able to separate the art from the creators, but I've seen enough clips of Clown House where it's just like, the person who made that movie, like his vision is just so skeezy and sleazy and gross and so immoral. Like, I don't think I could watch that movie. But I don't know. I probably would. I watch a lot of stuff. What's going on with my bangs? We're live. Who knows what's going to happen? Have I seen Lynn Stopequich Kissed? It's not horror, it's romance and necrophilia. No, I haven't, but I'd be down to watch. I watched Killjoy. I have all the Killjoy movies. I've seen them all. I like Killjoy 1 and 2 are not great, I'll be honest. I think Killjoy 3 is really good. Killjoy Goes to Hell. And then the most recent Killjoy, those were pretty good. Yeah, you're the second person who's asked me if I've seen Rose Red, and I haven't seen it. It's one of those ones I remember it came on TV back in the day, and back in the day, like the Stephen King miniseries, they were like big events. But I think, I don't know, I never saw that one. I never saw Storm of the Century, but if they're good, I mean, you guys keep mentioning it must be good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Adam's Censor was so good. So here's the thing about Censor that I think is really cool because, you know, it's dealing with somebody who is working, you know, obviously for the censor board. and she has to watch all these horror movies and determine what needs to be cut, and she's kind of desensitized to them. But it's taking place during that whole video nasties era, and as a horror fan, and as like a lot of you guys, I've always kind of seen them as the villains, you know, like they're trying to restrict people's ability to watch these movies, which were fantastic. But you watch that movie and you can kind of see, not see it, but you empathize a little bit with their point of view, like what this woman has to go through. She does release one movie that she didn't censor, and then people tried to blame a murder on that movie, and of course she's the one who has to take the blame, even though they ended up revealing that the person who murdered the person in question had never seen the movie, so she obviously didn't do anything wrong. But I just made me realize the amount of pressure that those censors probably had on them, because that organization truly believed that they, I guess, were helping people. But yeah, it was interesting. But what I really loved about censor is as the movie progresses, I mean, one, the movies within a movie are so good. They look like real movies. But as the movie progresses, it becomes more like one of those old movies, like the colors and everything becomes almost like very giallo-like. And the whole premise of the movie is this woman who is working for the censor board. She watches one of these movies and she swears that her sister, who went missing when she was a child, is in it as an adult. So she starts looking into, and I mean, some of these movies are almost kind of like snuff movies. So she's trying to look into where this movie was filmed and if it really is her sister. And she goes down this just crazy rabbit hole. It's kind of like psychological thriller in places, but it was really good. I really liked Censor. And I'm thinking about doing a stream here soon where we talk about female directors, just because I think last year especially, there were so many great female directed movies. Like Lee Janiak killed it with the Fear Street movies. Rose Glass killed it with Saint Maud. Censor was a female director. Nia DaCosta killed it with Candyman. There's some great ones. The last movie you watched was Lair of the White Worm. Yes, I have seen it, and it's got a very young Hugh Grant in it, and it's awesome. Dude, I loved the... See, for me, that's such an easy win with me when they have that really colored lighting. I mean, as you can see how I like to light my place, but that colored lighting, that dreamlike appeal ad, I'm like, I am a sucker for that. And I'm a sucker for that. I'm also a sucker for fog. Like when they show like scenery outside, there's just a little bit of fog. I'm a sucker for that. Odd Thomas, you know, I never did see Odd Thomas, and I really want to, because I wasn't Anton Yelkin in it. I really want to see that. Oh, that's because Ariel mentioned Witch Hunters and Odd Thomas. So yeah, it's fun talking to you guys. I do feel bad though, because I had to like stop to read, but yeah, we're having a good conversation about some stuff I haven't seen and some stuff hopefully maybe you can check out. Fred says already it's a blast. I got your notifications on. Thank you. I'm gonna catch up on some Supernatural with the wife. Go for that. We were behind too, my husband and my son, and we finally finished it up, and it's really good. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here really quick, but let me read a couple more comments. Kevin says, I've had a hard time catching up on all the newer horror movies because I watched so many older ones. Yeah, it's hard to do. I try to. I think Letterboxd helps me stay on top of a lot of them, because if I don't watch it when it comes out, then I put it on my watch list. I make a watch list for the year so I know what to watch later on. So that helps. The Fog remake, I did see the Fog remake. I was not a fan. And yeah, Burying the Ex. I have that one. That's a good one. He was also great in Green Room. And Caustic Cat says she loves me some Fog and Cover. Me too. Me too, Cat. You and me. Same page. Same page. And I wish we saw some more Dangly Moss and Daylight Scenarios. Do you love it, Cat? When like in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, when there's just a little bit of light, like moonlight or just faded sunlight coming in through the trees. I am a sucker for that. I am an easy mark for that, for sure. And yeah, Adam, you guys are awesome. Absolutely, Adam. I adore this book, Men, Women, and Chainsaws. Like this book is phenomenal, and I think I like how she touches on a lot of movies that people do write off as just being silly or being like, I don't know, B movies. And she talks about like how much they had to say about you know, the role of women in horror, especially Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like, it really changed my perspective on that. This is like a horror 101. Like, you need to read this book. Highly recommend this to anybody who is into horror. Men, Women, Chainsaws by Carol Clover, and she is the woman who coined the phrase "the final girl," which is something we all use all the time. So, 100% you need to check this out. Maybe I come and visit Oregon. Ariel, come visit Washington. But next time, I am planning on going to California in October for Halloween Horror Nights. So maybe we'll stop in Oregon, Ariel. Who knows? Wolfgang wants to know, yes, actually, so this is in my house. This is the Bat Cave. This is my workspace, where I make videos and where I work during the day. And then the garage is Danny's man cave, and that is where our entire VHS collection is, which we have a pretty massive. We also have a lot of beta movies, even though we don't have a Betamax player. But yeah, we have a lot of VHS movies. Sometimes we pick them up from this place called the Time Capsule in town, which is like this cool retro store. But sometimes we just like to watch movies on VHS. I think the last one we watched on VHS, we watched Devil Times 5 and the original 13 Ghosts. But sometimes it's fun to kind of go back and watch some old VHS. Yes, Amy totally gets it. The TCM remake is beautiful. Ah, that shot in the beginning where it goes right through the girl's head. It's gross, but it's beautiful. I have seen Nina Forever, and it's really good. Ariel, you're always welcome here. This is the Gory Hole. You know, we're all welcome in the Gory Hole. Caustic Cat, especially because you like the fog and everything that I like. I think you would like it. It's beautifully filmed. Adam wants to know, I ask you about horror takes with an academic tape because that's how I'm pretty much studying and try to sneak it into film class. Adam, that's what I did in school too. When I was in college, my big project, I did a big project at the end of the year on Last House on the Left, and I want to see if I can find you the book I used. Let's see. Nuts. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, unfortunately the book, I had a really good book on Last House on the Left that I used for my big final project. But it was really good. It's thin, it's black. What is it called? It's in my bedroom. Yeah, it's the one by David Skulskin. It's just called Wes Craven's Last House on the Left. That was really good. And then I had another really good book on Psycho that they made us read in school that was good. But I don't see that right now either. But that's awesome, Adam. I'm super happy for you. And you're in Cali? Yeah! Go to Halloween Horror Nights. Maybe we'll run into each other. That'd be awesome. Glamour Girl recommends Women Make Horror. Alright, where is a pen? Okay, I need to write this down. Okay, Women Make Horror. I'm writing this down. And Isabel. Alright, I'm writing that down too. Cool. Yeah, I really like watching. There's some movies that I think are just a little more fun to watch on VHS, like The Ring. The Ring is a fun one to watch on VHS, just because the whole concept is a VHS tape. So, The Secret of the Mogwai, I did not know about that, but I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. Been wanting to buy Night of the Demons and The Howling on VHS. Those are good ones. What was the title of that book again? It's Men, Women, and Chainsaws by Carol Clover, Robin. Yeah, Adam, that horror noir documentary is really good. It actually, the horror noir documentary really inspired me to kind of do something similar to that on my channel. So, are you guys hearing an echo? I'm hearing an echo. Anyway, it's inspired me to do something similar on my channel. So I'm inviting my friend, the Night Watch on the show so we can talk about like the history of Black horror movies and get his perspective on like representation, like what's been good, what filmmakers are inspiring, what got him into the genre. Just talk about things from a Black perspective, which I don't know about and I'm really interested to hear about. So, but yeah, that horror noir movie, really good. Or documentary, I mean. Dude, Monstrous Feminine. Nice. Yeah, I've got the echo again. Here. Oh no. Okay, is it better now? Alright, I'm gonna... Okay, is it better now? I feel like it's quiet now, so that's good. I can't hear my own voice, which is good, because like most people, I don't like hearing my own voice. Hey, Fairpoint, I'm actually getting ready to wrap it up here, but it's always nice to see you. Fairpoint is so nice. Night of the Demons 2 is so fabulous. I actually like Night of the Demons 2 better than Night of the Demons 1. So much fun. Awesome. Yes, I own Night of the Demons 1 and 2. It's really hard to find 3. I don't even know if they released it on VHS. Oh, Kevin, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I feel like a dick. I am so sorry for blasting in your guys' ears. I didn't even think about that. I am so sorry. I love Night of the Demons, and one of the coolest things is at Crypticon, I met, God, why am I drawing such a blank right now? But the lead girl in Night of the Demons, drawing a total blank because I'm tired. What's her name? Amelia Kincaid. Yes, I met her, which is cool. She's a pet psychic now, which is such a cool job. And she was dressed in her full costume, her whole Angela costume. And like it was really cool. I got to take a picture with her, and she's so interesting. I didn't even know that she is the niece of one of the Golden Girls. So like she was really a cool person to me. She was super cool. Yeah, I hope we do get to do more live streams. Like, I wasn't sure how this would go, but this has been really fun hanging out with you guys. Like, I think I want to do... I mean, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this wasn't boring for you, but I want to do more live streams where I just get to talk to you guys, because a lot of times, like, especially with the Oscars, which we just did, I miss so much of what goes on in the chat. So this is nice that I actually get to see everything that you guys are saying. Yeah, there is no Blu-ray for 3, but Zachary, I don't think there's even a VHS. I don't think it came out at all. I think it was just on TV. I don't know. I've looked for it. Like, I've looked for even VHS and I can't find it. Wait, no. Let me see. I feel like I've seen it at the video store, though. But I still can't find it to purchase. Okay, so there is a Night of the Demons VHS, but I have not been able to find it to purchase for a reasonable price because it's really hard to, like, right now, no, that's the DVD, so maybe there is a DVD. I don't know. Night of the Demons 3 is hard to find. It's not that great, but I do like that snake part. Like, I would like to have it in my collection. And yes, Night of the Demons 2. Dude, it's got the whole, like, nun being all crazy and fighting back and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I like one as well. It kind of depends on my mood. I think it just depends on my mood. I like them both. I probably like them about equal. I don't know. I like them both. They're a great double feature. I don't want to choose favorites right now, but it depends on my mood. Right now, I could go for Night of the Demons 2, but then I just saw Night of the Demons 1 recently, so... They're both terrific. I mean, I think Night of the Demons 1 is made better, and it's got better effects. And, I like the characters. But there's some goofiness in 2 that I really like, that I just think is kind of unsung. This microphone is falling apart. Does Lulz have a Switch? Yes, he does. Alright. April Fool's Day is coming up, and we must... I love April Fool's Day. I need to get the Scream Factory edition of that. Critters. So Critters 2. Yeah, Critters 2 on Easter is the way to go. And Night of the Lepus. But Critters... Okay, so I don't know, Adam, how do you feel about this? What's your favorite Critters movie? Because with that one, it's not even close. Like Critters 2. Critters 2 is the best Critters movie. But I wonder what you guys think of that. Yeah, Angela's dance in the first one. It's hard to say. There's so many great things about the first one. The second one's really fun. And I don't feel like it gets enough credit. I don't know. They're pretty close for me. But Critters, it's not close. It's Critters 2 all the way, man. House of the Dead comes out. I don't know. I need to know what Adam thinks about Critters 2. Okay, from everybody in the chat, everybody in the Gory Hole, I need to know, what is your favorite Critters movie? We are having this discussion right now. We're having this discussion with my critter. So, this is my little baby Crate. But he's so cute. He's got like hair and everything. He's adorable. I love me some critters. I need to cover more critter content on my channel. I did cover Critters a New Binge, and then Shudder removed it from their streaming service, and you can't find it on Blu-ray or DVD. Just sucks, because that was actually a pretty good series. Alright, let's see. Adam says Critters 2. Critters does make me hungry. I love Critters 2. It's so fun. See? Amy knows what's up, and I've got the hiccups. Okay, fair point. You know, here's the thing. There's not really a bad one in the Critters mix. But for me, Critters 2, so much. So, isn't he adorable? So you want to know what I named my critter? Because Danny has a critter too. So mine is named D after Sweet D in Sunny in Philadelphia, and his is Mac. But isn't she beautiful? Obviously, it's female. I mean, you can just tell. So cute. Never seen a Critters movie? I have the whole set behind me somewhere here. Let's see. Right there. I gotta cover some more Critters content. Yeah, Zachary, I remember your comment on Letterboxd that for once we had the same opinion about something. So, yeah, that made me feel better about it. I like Critters too. I think 3 is kind of unsung. I think 3 is a lot of fun. I really like 3. 4 just needs more campy fun in it, but it's got a good cast. There's a lot of things I like, but I don't dislike any of them. But 4 would be probably the weakest. Well, the Critters attack, mostly just because, I don't know. There's a lot of things that didn't work in that one, but I didn't hate it. But it is the bottom of my list. All right, it's almost 10 o'clock. Here. Oh, you're a lady critter. Oh, do you guys want to see this? Okay, one last thing. Also, Critters Bounty Hunter, the fan film, that was a really good fan film. So yeah, I have this one. This is on the bottom of my list of the Critters, but I like it. I mean, it's got Dee Wallace in it. It's not, it could have been better, but it's not bad. But yeah, the Critters set, how rad is this? Look at all these cute little Krites. You know what's my biggest Critters complaint? Is, I don't know, maybe you guys haven't heard it, but I've heard a lot of people complain like, oh, it goes to space. Critters started in space. That's like saying Alien went to space. Like, Critters is allowed to go to space in part 4. Alright, so we got Critters 4. So, let's see. So, number 5, Critters Attack. Then I would put down Critters 4. And then I would go, honestly, Critters. Then Critters 3 with Leonardo DiCaprio. And Critters 2. But, speaking of famous people, Billy Zane's in Critters 1. Anyway, I like me some Critters. It's a really fun series. And people also always like call it like a knockoff of Gremlins and stuff. And I think Critters with the bounty hunters and stuff, it's got enough of its own thing. Yeah, Critters 4 kind of has like Alien Resurrection vibes to it. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Martin. Yeah, Martin, I'm actually wrapping up. But it is good to see you. Yeah, this was fun. We need to do this more often, guys. We're going to do this more often. Maybe I'll find like a regular day where we just have a gory hole hangout. You know, catch up with you guys, what you're watching, hear from you, tell you what's going on with me, probably more critter stuff. You know, you are right, Robin. The Chiobo brothers are going to be at Crypticon. That's a brilliant idea. I should have them sign my critter. So, okay, before I keep saying this, but do you want to hear the saddest thing ever? So I played roller derby for like 5 years. I played on a league here locally. And one of my derby sisters, she thought it was so funny that I liked horror movies. And she told me that her uncle was one of like the production guys on the original Critters. And she said when she was a kid, he gave her one of the Critters puppets and she was so grossed out because it was all like slimy or something. And it's just been sitting in her garage. And she told me if she ever finds it, like she digs through her garage, I can have it. But I've been waiting, guys. I've been waiting like 5 years. I don't think she's ever going to find this critter that's in her garage. But we can only hope. We can only hope that I could one day get an original critter from Critters. But in the meantime, I mean, Sweet Dee's all right. Sweet Dee's super cute. Very cute critter. All right. No, I swear. Phantasm, I like Phantasm. I like the whole franchise. Do I still do Ghouls Night Out? I'm going to bring Ghouls Night Out back soon. I'm going to do more streaming because I think it would be... I want to try to get monetized, you know, because I think that'll help, like, my videos get shared more by YouTube. So I want to bring more streaming back because I think that's a good way to get watch time. I want to do a Ghouls Night Out talking about female directors here soon. I want to do something with Night Watch Zone here soon. I've got a few streaming things planned, so stay tuned, turn on notifications, because I don't know exactly when I'm going to do these things yet. But, you know, I think I might also just, when I'm feeling it, just do some of these hangouts with you guys, because they're really fun. Ooh. Ben, did you get to meet them? Oh, that's cool. Ah, nuts, they canceled? That sucks. They are coming to Crypticon Seattle. Ben, you should come up here to go to Crypticon Seattle in May. You should. Yeah, that's the thing I miss about Ghouls Night Out is I got to hang out with a lot of my buddies like Amy. So we definitely need to do that soon. I'm gonna get more organized, guys. I swear, I'm gonna get more organized and I'm gonna do more streams and bring back Ghouls Night Out. And I'm bringing back the Creepy Channel Crawl this summer. It's gonna happen. And for those of you I know and love, it was great to see you. Those of you I've met for the first time, like Caustic Cat and Adam, Zombie Whisperers here. It's really nice to meet you guys, and it was fun hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna wrap it up, but this was super fun. We're gonna do it again. A little impromptu, a little off the cuff, but good times all around. So until we meet again, blessed be.